So this video is to present best practice for setting up the Profit DOC module in Inquiry Max. So first of all, we're going to start with dealer options, because dealer options is quite important when setting these up. So when you're going into your options, what we'll do is we'll set up a paint and fabric SuperGuard. Okay, so when setting up your dealer options, obviously you'll have a value of what you sell out for. But if you put the cost price in, then it will pull it through automatically when you're stacking the deal. So we'll put that through as £89 plus tax. It's not an insurance option, this one. I do want it to appear in my added value options, not in my accessories. I want to report on it in the DOC report, and I want that to be active. So you will need to go through all of your added value or dealer options, added value products, etc. To make sure you've got a cost price against them. Plus also in your dealer system settings, you need to ensure that you tick the cost box. So add cost to deal builder. So this one down the bottom here. So this one here. Okay, so once that's ticked, make sure you save it at the bottom. And what that does is it gives you a cost box when you're adding accessories or added value products that you haven't added into your dealer options. So if you add an ad hoc accessory like a boot liner, if it's not in your dealer options, you're going to need to put a cost price against it. Otherwise, it will show as the total amount will show as margin, where you need a cost price obviously to take it away. So into new vehicle margins. So this one's already set up. So what we're going to do is just show you the theory behind it, and then obviously you can set your own up. So set budgets first of all. Before you do anything, you will need to set budgets. So when you click add new budget, you will choose the customer type that you want to set the margin structure against. So I've done retail, Motability, corporate and commercial. Okay, so for instance, I'm in a Toyota retailer, so I'll go new retail for Toyota in there. You can put in units and gross profit. By doing that, it will give you a variance of whether you're underachieving, overachieving, month to date, and it will also give you a forecast as well. So if your target is 20 for the month, and it's halfway through the month and you're already on 15, then it will say, well, your forecast at the same run rate will give you 30 against a target of 20. So I'm sure you understand. Gross profit can go in here, so how much margin you want to make per vehicle. So best thing to do there is really just get your budget, get your amount of units, know your budget, and then just divide it by the amount of units, and then you can obviously put that figure into here. You want your total amount. So if I've got a target of 10 there and I want to make £1,000 a car, then 10,000 in there. Okay, so that's nice and simple. Once you've set up these, as you can see, you don't have to put in anything. If you don't want to put a target in, then you don't have to. I've put a target in on mine just so you can see how it works out. So I've gone 2 and 2,000. Okay. Then we set the margins. So my first section here, which is front end down to there. Okay. So all of these are based around my retail. So if I just click onto it, so I've got new retail because that's the customer type I want this margin to show against. Against Toyota vehicles, I've called it front end. I've given it 4%. Fixed is if you don't want it to be amendable. So whoever the deal stacker can't change it if you don't want them to be able to. Factory bonus is on the reporting, you can split out your front end and back end margins. So in what I've done is I've set front end as what it is, front, and then the variables at the back. So SVO, retention, CSI, showroom audit are all back end. Because they are based on obviously me hitting targets to earn the extra margin. But what I've done is I've put in the 2% for each of them. so that I'm working on that margin structure in the expectation that I'm going to hit these KPIs to earn this extra money. But as we stack the deal, when we show you in a second video when you're stacking the deal, how it works, you can obviously zero them out if you think I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to hit that KPI, so I'm going to take that 2% out. So I know I'm not working with margin that I'm not guaranteed yet. Basic and options here. Generally, if you're putting in a percentage, you'll always put it against basic and options because it's normally against the base price plus the factory options on the vehicle most of the time. And then obviously active to make it active. So we've got front end for SVO retention, CSI, showroom audit at 2%. Now, specific derivative margin. So what that means is I was at an Audi retailer where we're talking about how to set up this DOC, and they will actually get, maybe if they do a deal on a Quattro, they get an extra 0.5% or an extra 2.5% or whatever it may be. Now, Inquiry Max won't go down to the derivative of the car. So if you have if that is something that rings true to you in your group retailer, where specific, maybe an SE model earns a slightly different, an extra bit of margin or something, then by all means add in a 0% in here. You could call it whatever you wish to call it, but that means if the deal stacker is stacking a quotation on an Audi A4, then the percentages are all set by what we've already put in. But if it's an Audi A4 Quattro, then I can just override this and put an extra 0.5% in there if I wish. Okay, definitely don't want to fix that because it's highly flexible. It's not factory bonus. Again, it's against basic and options, and that is active. We've also got a PDI of -£75, and then I've added this one as well. So this is a fixed margin on certain models. So again, from my experience of setting this up with other retailers, at a Mazda retailer, I think it was a Mazda 6, earned a fixed margin of 1,800, I think. But it was a money value instead of based on the percentage structure. So with this one, the way this will work, I've put it in as 0. Okay, so again, I can overtype it, but what I've actually done is I've set it to automatically calculate a fixed money margin if I select a Prius as the car that I'm stacking a deal on, which I will show you in a moment. Again, definitely not fixed because it's generally going to be flexible and I want to be able to amend it. It's not factory bonus. It's not a percentage, so it's only going to be against basic and then active. So if I just show you what I mean by on these retail ones. So there's my margin structure, which will come through on every model unless I select it differently in set margins against models. So let's just show you that. So all my margins, titles are along the top here. So everything, Auris, Igo, CHR, they're all on the same structure. Okay, but down here, Prius, you can see that I don't get the percentage margins. Okay, it is just a flat monetary value that I earn, which is £2,500 fixed margin on certain models. So that's how you can see how you can override it based on the car you select. So back into set margins. I've also got handling fees. So this is my Motability. I've just put 2 in here. Oh, also you notice that I haven't put finance commission. That is a default option. So as we go in and stack a deal, you'll see a finance income box already in there. So you don't need to add one for finance commission. So handling fee here. So you can see this one, sales type is against Motability this time. So if the customer comes in and they are a Motability, it will look a completely different margin structure setup when you're stacking the deal because of what we've added in here. I've just gone with a handling fee, £0 again, so we can just put in our own amount of money in there, dependent on the car that we sell or are quoting for through Motability. And I've also put a Motab PDI. Next is commercial. So on commercial vehicles, I get I only earn on commercial products. So what I've done is I've gone 0 on all the cars, so it will come through a 0 on everything unless I choose a Hilux or Pro Ace. So if I go into set margin against models and just show you that, so Hilux is here, Pro Ace is down here. So as I move along, you will see that I have got full margin, 18% if I choose a Hilux, 18% if I choose a Pro Ace van. Okay, I've got commission PDI, commercial PDI minus 75, so that will be automatically added onto every commercial vehicle that I sell. If I just show you that as well, commercial PDI, I would probably fix that one. So I'm just going to fix that in so it can't be amended. And then we've got corporate. So again, with corporate, I've gone in the similar vein as Motability with just a handling fee. So depending on what car I choose, I will know how much margin I'm going to make on that handling fee. And again, I've gone with a corporate PDI of 75, which I will fix. Okay, so that's pretty much, that's the setup of it. So just remember, make sure your dealer options has got all your cost prices in for your products. Make sure you add the add cost to deal builder tick box in dealer system settings, and make sure you set your budgets before you do anything. It won't allow you to do it. You must set your budgets first. So there is another video to show the actual the daily usage of the DOC as well. So please do have a look at that, and you'll see how what the structure I've set up here, how it looks when we're stacking a deal. So and also reporting as well.